specific fun things at Norfolk?
Well, I mean, one thing I will say is that I just want to say one more thing, which is that it introduced me to the discipline of like getting up and painting every day without it being a classroom situation. That it really was my first opportunity to have a studio and to like learn about the discipline of painting and what it takes.
Did you have classes, or what was the structure when you were there?
We had group critiques, and we had classes that we were supposed to attend, but a lot of it was just studio time. And
yeah, I mean, you were really asked, you were expected to do the work. You know, that's what it was. It was about your practice and your work, and you were going to get as much out of it as you put into it, which is really what being an artist is about. No one's going to call you and tell you that you have to do your work.
Yeah, and so it was the first time of like even the word practice. I mean, it was the first time of thinking about, I'm being taken seriously as an artist, and I will go to my studio and make work, and then we will talk about it, and then we'll show it. We'll do, it was really all of those things that kind of are formative in terms of establishing yourself as an artist.
And then did you go to Yale? You went to Yale afterwards.
To me, it was like my first experience of a kind of Yale setup, and I was 100% committed to the idea of going to Yale grad school, and that was the only grad school I applied to after that, because it was, I really liked the format, I liked the people, I liked Roger. He was really great. So
yeah, and that's what it was. It was like you would go, you would do your work all day long, drink Coke from the Coke machine, which had glass bottles, which was a big deal, and then you would. And then teachers would come and they would talk to you, and they were pretty merciless, but they were also, there was an atmosphere of like collaboration and goodwill.
Yeah.
I mean, they had goodwill, but they weren't pulling any punches, I feel.
And you could work at night,
And you could work at night.
And then go out afterwards.
Yeah, and there was a lot of skinny dipping also.
A lot of skinny dipping, a lot of going to the Rat's Nest, or that bar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Bar.
Right on the corner. It's still there. It's called something else.
Yeah, but whatever, we
It's
called
great.
it the Rat's Nest, because it was something like Crow's Nest, I think, or something like that. I mean, there was a lot of typical summer program fun, I would say, and we definitely didn't hold back on any of that.
No, but that was part of also us really breaking down the barriers, because I mean, the thing about any college situation is, Yale is very true for Yale, but it's true for other places, that it's a lot about accomplishments and how you quantify accomplishment, whereas being an artist is really a different sort of thing. To be a real artist, you have to kind of strip everything away, think, well, what am I really trying to get at, what am I really trying to say, and I think that's what we were after there, and that it was a very pure experience.
Like, it really was. It was before
pure.
Everything.
Yes.
And that was, I think that's why it was so inspiring.
Yeah.
I really, to see other like totally committed young artists working kind of blew me away. I mean, just seeing like Jenny in your photographs, I was like, wow, I mean, I want to take photographs too. Mine were really crappy, but I saw really good things happening, and the same, likewise, seeing really like naturally talented, artists like Skip, I was like, holy, like how is this guy even possible? And and so it was really cool to just see people. It's very it's on an elevated level. You're in an undergrad program in an art school, and then suddenly you get to this place, and it's like the all-star team or something like that. It was kind of interesting that way.
Right.
People are smarter.
It's a very privileged situation, but it's a privilege that you've earned. Like everyone tried really hard to get there, and so there's this wonderful balance of leisure and really hard work, and deeply hard work, and everyone there is very committed and serious, and yet everyone's so young. So it's like wonderfully not careerist. I think that's important, because
so
now
different from grad school in a way. It was almost, because in grad school you can get. I remember when I got to Yale, I was the youngest person in my class, and there were older people in my class, and unlike. There was one older person, I think, in our class at Norfolk, but I was like, and not to be age or whatever, but I was just, to have that camaraderie of young students and young artists was really a very precious and unique moment, because it was like, it was 1983, think of it, and we were really just on the limit there, trying to push as much as we could for what we thought art was.